In the heart of feudal Japan, beneath the towering keep of Osaka Castle, cherry blossoms whispered secrets to the night. It was 1603, and the castle, newly rebuilt by the Tokugawa shogunate, stood as a bastion of power and mystery. Within its stone walls, a tale of love, magic, and defiance unfolded. Will's son, a broad-shouldered samurai with light brown hair and green eyes that sparkled with mischief, was no ordinary hero. Exiled for dabbling in forbidden alchemy, he had mastered the art of crafting Kisi Obscurū, a magical mochido that could bend reality. A single bite could unveil glimpses of the future, summon fleeting illusions, or kindle a flame of wild desire. Will's son guarded his recipe fiercely, for its power lured warlords and spirits alike. Dani-san, a half-maiden of Japanese and European descent, was the castle's most captivating tea master. Her amber hair flowed like molten sunlight, and her blue eyes burned with a fire that spoke of her relentless quest for freedom from tradition's iron grip. She poured sakura matcha with such grace that it calmed even the fiercest daimyo, yet her heart craved adventure beyond the tatami mats. Armed with a hidden tanto dagger, Dani-san had outwitted spies who sought to bind her to a life of servitude. Their paths crossed one moonlit night in the castle's secret garden, where Will's son netted Kisi Obscurū beneath a sakura tree, its petals glowing with faint enchantments. Dani-san, escaping a stifling tea ceremony, caught the scent of his forbidden dough, a heady blend of rice flour, starlight, and something dangerously sweet. Who dares craft magic in my lord's castle?
Just a humble wanderer, my lady. Care to know the taste of freedom?
Show me. But if it is a trick, my blade will sing. Hi.
Kisi Obscurū.
Arigato. You are no mere wanderer. What else can this magic do?
It can make the heart bold, the night wild, but it's dangerous, Dani-san. Taste it once, and you'll crave more.
I'm no stranger to craving, Will's son. Show me more. Thus began the secret alliance of Will's son and Dani-san, a dance of stolen moments in Osaka Castle's shadowed corridors. By day, Dani-san poured her matcha, her every gesture a rebellion against watchful eyes. By night, she met Will's son in hidden chambers.
Dani-san, wait, I'm here. This Kisi Obscurū is very strong.
where they toyed with Kisi Obscurū under flickering lanterns. The doe's magic grew bolder with their passion. Once it conjured a phantom dragon, its scales brushing their skin like a lover's caress. Another night, in a secluded alcove, the doe wove a spell that bound them in silken ropes of starlight. The game was a dance of trust and daring, each moment building toward a crescendo. When their eyes locked, a shared spark of desire and joy surged between them, and the ropes sensed it. Their hearts aligned in that fleeting, perfect instant. The starlight threads unraveled in a cascade of glowing sparks, dusting their skin like a lover's farewell, leaving them free, yet flushed with exhilaration. Dani-san's smile was radiant, her breath uneven. That was intoxicating. I want more, Wilson.
And we'll conjure it again, milady. The Kisi Obscurū has endless games to play.
The sparks lingered on their skin, a promise of future nights, each spell as thrilling as the last. Their craving wasn't for the ropes alone, but for the magic of their connection, woven anew with every touch of the enchanted doe.
Dani.
But their romance courted danger. The castle's spymaster, Lord Garuda, coveted the Kisi Obscurū for his schemes. His shinobi stalked the lovers, blades gleaming in the dark. One stormy night, as thunder shook the castle's tiles, Dani-san and Wilson found themselves cornered in the keep's highest tower. Garuda's men closed in, their eyes glinting with greed. Dani-san's tanto flashed as she parried a shinobi strike, her movements as fluid as her tea pouring. Wilson, now it's time for your magic. Wilson tossed a handful of Kisi Obscurū into the air. The doe burst into a cloud of glittering mist, and suddenly the tower bloomed with illusory sakura petals, sharp as razors. The shinobi faltered, disoriented, as the lovers fought back to back. Dani-san's blade sang, and Wilson's fists, dusted with enchanted flower, sent foes reeling with visions of their deepest fears. As the last shinobi fell, Dani-san grabbed Wilson's hand, her blue eyes blazing. Wilson! We can't keep running within these walls. Garuda will never stop. Wilson pulled her close, his green eyes fierce.
Then let us claim this castle as ours, Dani-san, not as fugitives, but as its hidden masters. The top quarters, secluded, defensible, we'll carve our Jiu here.
A bold plan, but how?
Well, with Kisi Obscurū and your cunning, we'll turn Garuda's greed against him.
Together, they devised a daring scheme. They crafted a deceptive batch of Kisi Obscurū, infused with a spell to cloud the mind with visions of grandeur. Disguised as a peace offering, they presented it to Lord Garuda, claiming it would grant him visions of victory over his rivals that would actually come true. The spymaster, unable to resist, consumed the doe and fell into a trance, babbling about phantom armies and imagined triumphs. His obsession with the doe rendered him oblivious to the castle's affairs, and his shinobi confused by their master's erratic orders, withdrew. Seizing the opportunity, Dani-san and Will-san claimed the top quarters of the keep, a series of airy chambers with views of the sakura groves and distant Kiji mountains. The rooms, once reserved for visiting daimyo, were now their sanctuary, accessible only by a hidden staircase they enchanted with Kisi Obscurū to repel intruders. The dove's magic created illusions of empty halls, ensuring their privacy. There, they built a life of quiet rebellion. Dani-san continued her tea ceremonies, her matcha now laced with subtle enchantments that swayed the castle's lords to overlook their presence. Will-san perfected his Kisi Obscurū, using it to protect their haven, sometimes conjuring playful robes of starlight for their private games.
What am I up to? Secret naughtiness, maybe? Who knows?
Other times, weaving protective wards. Their love grew fiercer, tempered by the knowledge that their due was hard-won. One evening in their topmost chamber, Dani-san poured sakura matcha under the moonlight, the steam curling like a lover's promise. She glanced at the Kisi Obscurū netted by Will-san, its warm glow now woven into a protective ward along the chamber's walls, a silent guardian of their sanctuary. With a serene smile, she traced the ward shimmer, her blue eyes reflecting the magic that bound the space to their souls. We've made this castle ours. Our Gio lives here.
And wherever we go, we'll carry it with us. But these walls, they're home.
The Kisi Obscurū held a timeless spell. Should they ever venture forth for new adventures, the ward would seal the quarters in an eternal repose, invisible to all but them, awaiting their return through reincarnation or astral projection across centuries. Will-san, with unspoken devotion, stepped behind her, his hands gently tracing the curve of her waist before pulling her close, his lips brushing the nape of her neck in a silent vow of eternity. The sakura trees swayed outside, as if blessing their haven, and she savored the matcha's warmth, her amber hair aglow in the dawn. Their love pulsed within the castle's walls, a quiet triumph beneath the sakura's watchful gaze. And so, the legend of Will-san and Dani-san spread, whispered in tea houses and battlefields. A tale of a warrior who netted dreams, a maiden who poured courage, and a love that claimed a castle as their own, forever free.